Shilajit, otherwise known as the destroyer of weakness, has been attributed by the ancient Vedas to the creation of the first Vishnu, which is the god of protection. While it has been known as a panacea for overall wellness, improving immunity, adaptability, resilience, and of course overcoming any sort of general weakness, fatigue, or disease, it has many specific benefits I want to talk to you about today. Shilajit was first documented to be used for its therapeutic qualities over a millennia ago in ancient India. And still today, practitioners of Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, and even common people seek out Shilajit for its many benefits. What makes Shilajit so unique is that it's very high in humic and fulvic acids, which are attributed to many of its health benefits, particularly its ability to benefit the immune system. And I'll talk a bit more about those things in detail. However, aside from these humic and fulvic acids, we find that Shilajit is very, very potent in antioxidants and sort of mimics a lot of very potent antioxidants in our body, but it is also very rich in minerals. In fact, it contains up to 80 different trace minerals, and a lot of these minerals are very crucial for our overall immune function and many physiological functions that we don't find in our common diet. And for this reason alone, Shilajit is highly sought after because there are not many substances left on the planet that are this mineral rich. Now, one of the first benefits I want to talk about specifically that you can reap from consuming Shilajit is its effects on the libido, on the reproductive system, on our overall sexual health and fertility. Specific studies have shown that men with infertility issues, after just a couple weeks in trial of consuming Shilajit, found a 60% increase in their sperm count and about a 12% increase in their sperm motility. Now, this is probably likely related to its effects on testosterone, which we'll get into in a minute. See, Shilajit is very rich in two very critical minerals, zinc and selenium, which are necessary for the production of testosterone. And of course, a natural byproduct of healthy testosterone levels is going to be, of course, increased sperm health, and of course, its motility, its mobility, and the quality and quantity of it. So if you're looking to improve your sex drive, your libido, your fertility, your reproductive health, then Shilajit is something to look into. So moving on, we find that Shilajit is very helpful in the production of natural testosterone levels. So it's a test booster. However, unlike synthetic testosterone and other steroidal compounds, this is going to have, of course, zero negative side effects and, of course, many other positive side effects because it's really just improving our overall health, and healthy testosterone and healthy hormone levels is just a natural side effect of good health. And men are not the only people with testosterone problems into later age. Women can also suffer from lower testosterone, and this usually shows up in like fat accumulations, particularly sometimes around the back of the arms, the midsection, the lower part of the body. We also see low testosterone causing fatigue, depression, mood disorders, a loss of overall muscularity, so like muscle atrophy, and of course a decreased sex drive, and just decreased overall energy because testosterone gives us that drive for life. And as I mentioned earlier, we can probably attribute the high levels of minerals and the precursor minerals to testosterone production in the reason why Shilajit is such a good testosterone booster. So next we find that Shilajit is really great for promoting natural levels of energy. So unlike other synthetic energy enhancers, ones that really just, they're only providing us a false sort of energy by stimulating us and increasing the output of adrenaline and cortisol, which eventually just tax our adrenals, and they usually use things like caffeine to do this and other sort of stimulants. Shilajit helps us produce natural levels of energy and clarity in our body on a cellular level. In studies, Shilajit actually is found to improve the health and integrity of our mitochondria. So basically on a cellular level, the way to look at it is that all of our cells are becoming more nourished, more youthful, and more vigorous. And then of course, because our bodies is just made up of trillions of cells, the result is that our overall body, our brain, our nervous system, everything else is going to experience higher levels of energy because we're being nourished on the most cellular level. And this is because Shilajit provides all the basic constituents that our cells need to regrow, regenerate, and duplicate in a healthy way. We also find that Shilajit accelerates the synthesis of protein and nucleic acid in the body, which is going to, of course, give us energy. And lastly, we find that Shilajit consumption actually accelerates energy production in our liver. Another benefit of Shilajit is this ability to regulate blood sugar. And this may also tie over into more stable energy, higher levels of energy, because if our hormones and our blood sugar is balanced, we're going to experience greater levels of energy and more stability in our energy levels. And the way Shilajit does this is it helps actually regulate our blood sugar despite of chemically or nutritionally induced stress. So where our blood sugar can become elevated, either very high or it can drop very low depending on what types of food we eat or if we're experiencing a stress response. So Shilajit actually works as an adaptogen in this way, basically regulating our blood sugar levels. So either bringing down elevated blood sugar levels or increasing our blood sugar levels to a sort of normal rate, which is going to have very positive effects on our overall health, considering this sort of yo-yo in our blood sugar can be a risk factor for diabetes, hypoglycemia, and even heart disease. So it's going to regulate our blood sugar, which ties over into our lipid profiles, regulating those as well. We also find that Shilajit helps with our brain health by stimulating the natural production of dopamine and norepinephrine. And these are two neurotransmitters that are very important for critical decision making, for focus, and for new learning skills. So Shilajit is overall a really good brain tonic for improving overall cognition, for memory, for learning skills. So anyone that's interested in improving their study habits, using it for study at school or for work, Shilajit is a really good supplement and a very natural nootropic that you could experiment with. It's going to have many other benefits as well. So lastly, Shilajit is a very powerful anti-aging tonic. It is potent in antioxidants. In fact, it can emulate the two most potent antioxidants in our body, superoxide dismutase and glutathione, which are known as the sort of master antioxidants in our body. Now, why this is beneficial for our longevity and overall graceful aging is because these two antioxidants actually help fight off or neutralize the damage done by free radicals or oxidation. And there's many theories of aging, and just one of those is that oxidation done to the cells is what causes the deterioration of our cells. It can cause all sorts of degenerative diseases, the breaking down of arteries, tissues, the formation of wrinkles, and other sort of physical appearances of aging, as well as internal sort of health-related issues of aging. So if you're looking for a very potent antioxidant to protect your cells and your body on a very deep level from free radical damage, then Shilajit is probably one of the most profound ways that you can do this. One last little fun fact about Shilajit is that actually consuming Shilajit actually increases the absorption and the assimilation of other supplements and herbs and even the nutrients in our food. And why this is really great is because basically it's helping our body become a much more effective, efficient metabolizing machine. So essentially we need less to experience greater levels of health. So this is really great because somewhere along the line we could probably save money and we need to eat less, so we probably save time, and we're overall absorbing and extracting the constituents and the nutrients from our supplements, our other herbs, tonics, and the food that we eat. So this one benefit alone makes Shilajit something very interesting for me and something that drives me to consume this supplement on a daily basis. If you are interested in learning more about Shilajit, you can check the link below.